All right, welcome back to the deep dive. This time we're going to be diving into some pretty interesting news from Triumph.
Okay.
About their updated 2025 Tiger Sport 660 motorcycle.
All right.
I got a whole stack of articles and reviews here. And it really seems like Triumph is trying to hit that sweet spot between performance technology and affordability. So this deep dive is all about figuring out what those upgrades really mean for you when you're out there on the road.
Yeah, I think what's fascinating here is how Triumph is responding to the evolving needs of riders, especially in that middleweight touring category. You know, they're not just throwing in flashy features for the sake of it.
Right.
They're making some really targeted improvements that address real-world riding concerns.
Yeah, so let's start with the engine. Still the 660cc triple, but now it's Euro 5 plus compliant.
Okay.
Now, I know regulations aren't always the most exciting topic, but think about it this way. You're getting a cleaner running engine without sacrificing any of that punchy triple-cylinder performance.
That's a key point. You're not losing any of that fun factor. And in fact, Triumph has actually managed to maintain that really impressive torque curve, you know, having 90% of peak torque available across that entire rev range. Makes this bike incredibly easy and enjoyable to ride, whether you're navigating city traffic or cruising on the open highway. You've got that power on tap.
And here's something that might appeal to newer riders. With the restrictor kit, the 81 bhp power output makes this bike perfect for A2 license holders.
Oh, okay.
So you could start your riding journey on the Tiger Sport 660, and then as you gain experience and upgrade your license, it's ready to unleash its full potential. It's a bike that can grow with you.
It's a clever strategy by Triumph. You know, they're making the Tiger Sport 660 accessible to a wider range of riders, recognizing that not everyone needs or even wants a high-powered beast right off the bat.
Right.
Speaking of upgrades, let's talk about the tech that Triumph has packed into this 2025 model.
Ah, yes, the tech. This is where it gets really exciting. They've added a sport riding mode, which, from what I've read, gives the throttle a much more aggressive response.
Okay.
So if you're feeling a bit spirited, you could really tap into the sporty side of this bike.
That sport mode adds a layer of versatility to the riding experience. It's like having two bikes in one. You can cruise comfortably in the standard mode, and then when the road opens up and you're feeling adventurous, you can switch to sport mode and let loose a bit.
And for those long rides where you just want to set the pace and enjoy the scenery, Triumph has finally added cruise control.
Oh, wow.
I can't tell you how many times I've wished for that feature on a long highway haul.
Cruise control is a game changer for touring comfort. It allows you to relax your grip, reduce fatigue on your wrist, and just focus on enjoying the ride. It's a feature that many riders have been requesting, and it's great to see Triumph listening to that feedback.
And it's not just about comfort, it's about safety too. They've also included cornering ABS and switchable traction control. So it's like having an extra layer of confidence, especially when you're riding in challenging conditions.
Those safety features are becoming increasingly important, especially as motorcycles become more and more technologically advanced. It's all about providing riders with the tools they need to stay in control and enjoy the ride safely.
Before we move on, I have to ask, what stood out to you the most in all these articles about the new Tiger Sport 660? What really caught your eye?
Honestly, it's the overall package that impresses me. You know, Triumph hasn't just focused on one area.
Right.
They've made thoughtful upgrades across the board, engine technology, safety. It feels like a very well-rounded and considered update.
I totally agree. And speaking of well-rounded, let's talk about the styling and practicality of this bike.
Okay.
I mean, it's got Tiger in the name, so it has to look the part, right?
The styling is largely unchanged from the previous model, which in my opinion is a good thing. It's a design that has proven to be both aesthetically pleasing and functional. That sleek, aggressive look is instantly recognizable as a Triumph.
Yeah, it's got that classic adventure bike stance
Yeah.
with the adjustable windscreen and upright handlebars. And I know from experience that those features make a huge difference on those longer rides.
Oh,
How about we take a quick pause right here before we get into the nitty-gritty of suspension and all that.
sure.
If you're finding this deep dive helpful and want to explore more topics like this with us, hit that subscribe button and leave a review. We really appreciate your support. Now back to the Tiger.
What about the suspension setup?
Well, the Tiger Sport 660 features Showa forks and a monoshock, with preload adjustability at the rear. What's important to understand is that this setup is designed for both rider comfort and handling. That preload adjustability is particularly useful if you're carrying luggage or a passenger.
So you're saying it's not just about soaking up bumps, it's about maintaining control and stability, even when the bike is loaded.
Exactly, and let's be clear. Despite the Tiger in its name, This bike is primarily designed for the road.
Okay.
Those 17-inch wheels and Michelin Road 5 tires are a clear indication that this bike is all about tarmac adventures.
Okay, so it's not a hardcore off-road machine, but it can handle the occasional gravel road or rough patch, right?
Absolutely. It's got enough ground clearance and suspension travel to handle those less than perfect surfaces you might encounter on your travels. But its true strength lies in its road-focused capabilities.
Yeah, and now for the question that's probably on everyone's mind. How much is all this going to cost?
The starting price for the 2025 Triumph Tiger Sport 660 is $8,995.
Wow, that's only a 50-pound increase over the previous model,
Yeah.
considering all the upgrades we've talked about. Euro 5 Plus engine, the sport riding mode cruise control, cornering ABS. It's incredibly good value for money.
It's a remarkable value proposition. Triumph is clearly aiming to make the Tiger Sport 660 a leader in its class, both in terms of features and affordability.
And they're not stopping there. They're also offering over 40 official accessories for the Tiger Sport 660. So if you want to personalize your ride, add luggage, crash protection, different styling elements, the options are practically endless.
It's all about enhancing the ownership experience. Triumph wants riders to feel like they can truly make the Tiger Sport 660 their own.
And to really top it off, they've introduced a new color option for 2025, roulette green.
Oh, nice.
It's a fantastic throwback to some of Triumph's classic color schemes, and it looks absolutely stunning on the new Tiger Sport 660.
That roulette green is a brilliant touch. It adds a touch of heritage and style, reminding riders of Triumph's rich history, while showcasing the modern design of the bike.
It's a perfect blend of old and new. Before we jump into what the reviewers and riders are saying about the Tiger Sport 660's performance on the road,
Okay.
let's take another quick pause. If you're enjoying this deep dive and want to hear more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. It really helps other motorcycle enthusiasts find our channel. Okay, back to the Tiger. Let's talk about how this bike actually performs out in the real world.
So we've covered the tech, upgrades, the styling, and that really tempting price tag. But what about the actual riding experience? The feel of the wind in your hair, the sound of that engine, the way the bike carves through corners. That's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely, and from what I've been reading in these reviews, the Tiger Sport 660 doesn't disappoint in that department. Remember that broad torque curve we talked about? That translates to effortless acceleration. A really engaging ride. You're not constantly fighting for power. It's just there when you need it.
It's like the bike anticipates your needs. You want to overtake that slow-moving car on a winding road. No problem, just twist the throttle and you're gone. You want to relax and enjoy the scenery. The engine purrs along happily at low revs. It's that versatility that makes this bike so appealing.
Yeah, a lot of the reviewers are praising the Tiger Sport 660's agility and responsiveness. They say it strikes a good balance between sporty handling and touring comfort, which is exactly what you want in a bike like this. You don't want it to feel like a lumbering barge on twisty roads, but you also don't want to be sacrificing comfort on those longer journeys.
It's a delicate balance, and it seems like Triumph has nailed it. They've created a bike that's fun and engaging to ride, yet still capable of handling long distances without leaving you feeling beat up. And let's not forget those Michelin Road 5 tires. They're designed to provide excellent grip and confidence in a variety of weather conditions, so you can ride with peace of mind.
Speaking of long distances, that adjustable windscreen and that comfortable riding position definitely add to the Tiger Sport 660's touring capabilities. It's those little details that can make a big difference when you're spending hours in the saddle.
It's clear that Triumph has paid attention to rider feedback and incorporated features that enhance both comfort and practicality. They've created a bike that's not just about performance, but about the overall riding experience.
Now, I know some riders might be wondering how the Tiger Sport 660 compares to its bigger sibling, the Tiger Sport 800.
Right.
They're both in the Triumph Adventure bike lineup, so it's a natural comparison.
That's a great question. While they share some design DNA, the 660 is clearly positioned as the more accessible and manageable option. It's lighter, more nimble, and arguably more user-friendly. For everyday riding, the 800 is a fantastic bike in its own right. But for many riders, that 660cc engine is more than enough.
It's about finding the right tool for the job right. And for a lot of riders, the Tiger Sport 660 offers that perfect blend of performance and practicality without being intimidating.
Precisely. It's a bike that you can jump on and feel comfortable riding straight away, whether you're commuting to work, exploring back roads, or heading out on a weekend adventure.
It sounds like the Tiger Sport 660 is aimed at a pretty wide range of riders, from those who are new to motorcycling, to more experienced riders, Looking for a versatile and enjoyable machine.
It really does tick a lot of boxes. It's accessible, it's capable, it's affordable, and it's stylish. What more could you ask for?
Well, maybe a built-in espresso machine. Just kidding. But seriously, it sounds like Triumph has hit a home run with the updated Tiger Sport 660.
They've created a bike that's not just about the specs on paper, it's about the feeling you get when you're riding it. It's about that sense of freedom, adventure, and pure enjoyment. That comes with exploring the open road.
That's making me want to go for a ride right now.
Me too. But before we get carried away, let's talk about what all this means for you, the listener. If you're in the market for a middleweight touring motorcycle that's fun, capable, and affordable, the 2025 Triumph Tiger Sport 660 deserves serious consideration.
It's a bike that can handle commuting duties, weekend adventures, and even longer trips without breaking a sweat. And with that new roulette green color option, you'll definitely turn heads wherever you go.
Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I just want to remind everyone that we love hearing from you. If you're enjoying this episode, please consider subscribing to our channel and leaving a review. It helps other curious minds like yours discover the channel, and it lets us know what you're interested in, so we can keep bringing you deep dives on topics that matter. Now, let's get back to exploring the Tiger Sport 660.
Okay, so we've talked about the specs, the features, the riding experience, but what are people actually saying about the new Tiger Sport 660? Have you seen any interesting feedback or reviews?
The response has been overwhelmingly positive. Reviewers are praising its versatility, its comfortable riding position, and that smooth, torquey engine. A lot of them are saying that it's a bike that just puts a smile on your face every time you ride it.
That's fantastic to hear. It sounds like Triumph has really hit the mark with this update. What about you personally? Is there anything about the Tiger Sport 660 that particularly stands out to you?
You know what impresses me the most? Is how Triumph has managed to pack so much value into this bike. For under 9,000 pounds, you're getting a motorcycle that's loaded with technology, has a fantastic engine, and is designed to handle a wide range of riding situations. That's a pretty compelling package, especially in today's market.
I totally agree. It feels like they've really listened to what riders want and need, and they've delivered a bike that ticks a lot of boxes. It's not trying to be the most powerful or the most expensive bike out there.
Yeah.
It's just a really well-rounded and enjoyable machine.
And I think that's what makes it so appealing. It's a bike that you can ride every day, whether you're commuting, running errands, or just going for a fun ride in the countryside. It's not intimidating, it's approachable, and it's just plain fun to ride.
We've talked a lot about the technical details, but I'm curious, what do you think is the emotional appeal of a bike like the Tiger Sport 660? What kind of feeling do you think it evokes in riders?
I think it's about freedom. That feeling of being out on the open road, exploring new places, and just enjoying the ride. The Tiger Sport 660 is a bike that encourages you to go on adventures, big or small. It's about experiencing the world on two wheels and creating memories that will last a lifetime.
Beautifully said. I think you've captured the essence of what makes motorcycling so special. It's not just about transportation.
Right.
It's about a sense of adventure and connection with the world around us.
Exactly. And the Tiger Sport 660 is a fantastic tool for facilitating those experiences. It's a bike that invites you to explore, to push your boundaries, and to discover new roads and new horizons.
So if someone is listening to this deep dive and they're thinking about getting a new motorcycle, what would you say to them? What would make the Tiger Sport 660 stand out as a great option?
I'd say if you're looking for a bike that's versatile, fun, and affordable, the Tiger Sport 660 is definitely worth considering. It's a bike that can handle pretty much anything you throw at it, from commuting to touring to spirited weekend rides. Plus, with its sleek design and that new roulette green color option, it looks fantastic.
It sounds like a winner to me. And speaking of winners, if you're enjoying this deep dive, why not give us a win? Hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. It really helps other motorcycle enthusiasts find our channel and join the conversation. Okay, let's wrap up our deep dive into the Triumph Tiger Sport 660. Any final thoughts or insights you want to share with our listeners?
I think Triumph has done an excellent job with this update. They've created a bike that's truly appealing to a wide range of riders, and they've done it at a price that's hard to beat if you're in the market for a new bike. The Tiger Sport 660 deserves a serious look.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said it better myself. Well, we've reached the end of the road on this deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the 2025 Triumph Tiger Sport 660 with us. Remember, motorcycling is all about the journey, and we're thrilled to be a part of yours. Thank you for viewing the Moto issue channel, and please remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next deep dive.